I think everybody was ready. It's been described as something as a surprise that Trump has done it a second time, but I'm not that surprised, to be honest. He's extremely good at what he does, and he's very well followed, and he's very interesting. He's not really a politician, as we know, he's a businessman, so he's a very different kind of president, which we've already experienced. So I think pretty much everybody was more or less ready for that. At least there were only two options, and now we know what we've got. Challenges that are faced by pension fund managers in the States and investing in Asia, particularly emerging Asia, and of course China being the largest market, still prevail. It's still an issue for them, and it potentially could become more of an issue under Donald Trump for the second time. And of course, when you're looking about investing in Asia, the only other market really has the breadth and the depth, and the developed market of that is Japan. And so I would expect now that we would see pension money that is destined for Asia to continue to move into Japan in preference. I think everybody's going to be worried about Trump tariffs because that's obviously is one of the things in his playbook. And so we'll have to see how things develop in the early stages of his presidency this time. But from what happened last time, I think there is a real risk that we could see certainly partners of the US that do not fall in line with Trump's policies to be basically targeted, in which case we would think that possibly in Asia it could be a problem for China going forward. For Japan, well, potentially it could be a better situation. With respect to the Japanese yen, we know there is a problem because it is far too weak. It doesn't make any sense to be trading at 150s against the US dollar. And we know that because there's 3 million people every month running around saying it's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap. Tourists, obviously. So I think there will be an adjustment in the yen coming up. It's the mission, really, of the Ministry of Finance, is their responsibility for the value of the yen outside the country, and the Bank of Japan for the value of the yen inside the country. The two together, I think, will be working to strengthen the yen towards the end of the year.